Okay, now there'll be a sudden gap in the video here. As you remember, we were setting up the first of the primary legal entity, that is yourself as an individual in this case, on the online ICASA.org.za website. And I'd populated the form with Carl's details, and I was in the process of preparing the upload of his ID document, which I stipulated, well, here's our first problem. That document must be in PDF format, of which I only had it in JPEG. So I quickly went and printed it and got it out on a PDF. And when I came back to the online website, using Edge, I had a blue screen error and my Windows 10 died sudden death. Fortunately, my video recording got me to that point. So we'll call that one part one, and we will resume now on part two. So let's go and share that screen. And just to give you an idea, I am back up on Edge at the moment. Yep, as you can see, everything is flooded. Well, I'll tell you, my emotions were flooded quite severely when I had a blue screen error in the middle of it. However, I have gone back in, and Edge has said, okay, well, look, you have had that failure. Do you want to restore the pages? And I've said yes, and it seems to have brought me back to the point where the verification is in process. Please be patient, etc., etc. Now, what I want to do is, it does tell us here that the feedback is please finish. So what I would like to do is, I'm going to assume that we are logged on. I'm going to go to the home page, in this case, ICASA online. Be careful that you don't go to ICASA. This link up top here, well, there was a link up there. I see that that's no longer there. Okay, that's fine. Then I don't need to cover that, because once before when you click there, it went to ICASA.org.za, and it wasn't the online section. So let's go to ICASA online, and we can see that we're back at the screen. So just to give you a recap, you're not going to work in type approval unless you are in actual fact requesting type approval of RF equipment. You are not going to be working in broadcasting spectrum unless you're going to set up a TV station or radio station. Not an amateur radio, a commercial music, voice, advertising, whatever, local community radio station, and all the other bits and pieces. You are going to be working in radio frequency spectrum, anything to do with two-way radio communications and the like. Right, so let's see. Now that we've had an error, we've recovered the web page. For the purposes of this, let's just see if you do say apply or manage, it does take us to the point. So this whole thing about the ICASA website doesn't work. It's hogwash. And for those out there that are making these statements, get with it. This is 2021, not 1900. It works. This is quite operational at this point. And the recovery, I'm glad I had the blue screen now, because I can say, hang on a second, up until this point, no problems. If you're having problems, well, there's a saying in IT, 99% of all IT problems exist between the keyboard and the person sitting in the seat. So let me not go down that path, and let's rather say, please finish verification, and then, of course, we got to wait. That infamous wait. Okay, now give me a minute. I'll pause it. I'll repopulate the form, and we're back to where we were earlier. Okay, so we're back on the video recording. What I've done is I've populated the form, and while I was doing that, I wanted to just show you what happened there. Because of the recovery, even though I populated the form, nothing had been saved. So I just want to click on save quickly. You're busy with this, and either the wife comes in, the kids come in, telephone rings, customer arrives, whatever the case might be, and it's an idea to hit save on a regular basis in any event. So if I now go to ICASA online, I go to apply, and it says, well, still got a problem, go to finish, wait for it to load. If my theory is right, which it is, there we go, we have saved that information. So we're not yet ready to submit. We don't want to exit it, and we don't want to cancel. Now, cancel actually cancels the entire application process. So just be aware of that. It's not the case of, oops, I made a mistake and I want to come out of it. So we're back down to that terminology issue. This should be a delete application or something along those lines. And the exit should be cancel, you know, which we are accustomed to. Whenever there's an error, you don't save it, you don't update it, you cancel it, you come back, you redo it. Okay, so moving on, let's go and pick up Carl's ID, this time in PDF format. And there we have it. And I'm just going to close this tab here quickly. Right, we have got it, and it says press and hold Control to select multiple documents. Well, we don't need multiple, we only need the RSA ID, which is ready for an upload. So at this point, submit. And the infamous loading, and the gears are working, and let's hope the gears are working. Right, and so it stops. And it says at this point, verification process feedback is in a pending state. Now you wait. And you wait. And if I come and have a look at apply, it's still pending. And if I go and have a look at verification status, it's still pending. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's stop the sharing at the screen share at this point and address you directly. This is where you now come to the end and you literally wait. And what I want to say to each and every single one of you is, do not wait for an email to tell you that you can proceed to the next step. Recently, somebody posted an image who did this application in January, middle of January, so literally 6 weeks later, he had no idea that the portal wanted him to go to the next level. And my personal recommendation and suggestion is, until such time as you have completed the entire transfer from old or legacy license to the new online portal, until such time as you have got a button that says download your license, log on to the ICASA online portal on a daily basis and check the status of each relevant section. So under your applications, under your management, under your renewal, etc., etc., etc. What I will do is I will actually share the screen here again, just to give you an indication of where we are. I'll just log off as Carl, and I am going to log on as myself. If it'll let me in, just give me a mo. It's now telling me my password's incorrect. Okay, there we go. Managed to log on again. You know, the problem is between the seat and the keyboard, and of course that was my finger error. And we will go back and we'll share that screen. I'm still operating in Edge, and when I tell you that log on a daily basis to check your progress, you will see under status things will be in progress, in progress, in progress, until it gets to a point where it says you need to do something. And why do I say check on a daily basis? Well, here is an amendment in progress for a legacy license going back to January the 25th. And to remind you that today is the 8th of March, 2021. So at this point, a lot of you will only be able to utilize the system come March next year. Start the process now. Never mind what all these other so-called experts are telling you not to do anything, and don't be a sheep. You will be taken down a rabbit hole that's going to keep you in this Groundhog Day principle for years to come. Decide for yourself, does it work or doesn't it work, and be patient. Again, here's an application in from September. There's another application in from February, and another application, again, legacy from February. And yes, the renewal process is actually in progress. Proof of payment was uploaded on the 8th of March, and there we go. So be patient, ladies and gentlemen, and as soon as we get to the point where I can move on to the next video, I will produce it. And as I have said, I'll upload it to the cert.net.za website. And as I've asked, send me an email, video@cert.net.za. Let's stop the share while I tell you this. www.cert.net.za is the website. The email is video.cert.net.za, and send me your email address and send me your name and call sign so I know who I'm addressing, and I will pop you an email and let you know that the next part of the series is good to go. On that note, have a good one, be patient, sit back, relax, all the rest of this good stuff, and we'll catch you on the next round. This is ZS6OPS out. Be safe, be prepared, and of course, be happy. Cheers.